Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy, and I thought I'd make this quick video to riff on something about the Joker film, which I'm going to be seeing hopefully this week or next. It's been quite an interesting couple of weeks watching the countdown to the release. There's been many memes, for example, the N-word countdown by that guy who chickened out. He never actually said it. It was somebody else who happened to pretend to be Batman, but it was a black guy, so he was Black Man, defending us from the racist Joker. It was a cop-out, really. He should have just said it, you know. Don't tease us for months on end, telling us you're going to say the N-word and then not say it. Or at the very least, he says it, but he censors it at the end. I laughed, but it wasn't very good. You subverted my expectations, Ryan Johnson style, and I don't like that. But what this video is really all about is the media, because I've seen them react with a lot of hysteria in regards to this film, because it's something that seems to have hit them home. It seems to be telling them some truths, if the reviews are to be believed, and they don't like that. They don't like the premise. They don't like some of the themes that are in the film, and they have been consistently shooting it down. You can see on Rotten Tomatoes that the audience appreciation is much higher than the critical appreciation. And there are reasons for that. There are political reasons for that, because it seems over the past couple of years that film critics have become less about film criticism and more about political commentary and pushing particular films to suit their narratives. In particular, there was a Twitter post or something like that where this guy was saying, it might even have been the Guardian, I think it was an article in the Guardian, where somebody was saying that, you know what, don't watch the new Joker film, that's problematic. What you should be watching is a film called Cook. Yes, there is an independent film, I don't think it's a mainstream film, called Cook. And yes, it is about leftist cooks, but not from the anti-SCW perspective, but from their own perspective. I guess it's trying to teach us evil alt-righters, as they think we are, who's the boss, I guess. Whereas Joker tries to seem to, from what I've heard, to try and understand what makes a person like the Joker tick, even though he's not actually a political character, and I don't think he actually expresses any particular side of politics in the film. He's a nihilist, which is what the Joker is. He's always been a nihilistic clown. I guess what he represents to the disaffected people in the film is something that they just don't like, because one, he's a white male, and according to these people with the progressive stack, white men can't be victims of the system because they created the system, therefore they are the oppressors. And the fact that he is a white man who is a victim of many different systems, the mental health system, the economic system, the class system, apparently that just doesn't sit well with them, because that means he must be an incel. And you can only be an incel to like a film like that dares to show somebody who is a victim. I mean, it doesn't matter if the Joker was black, it would be the same story. It wouldn't really be that different. But apparently, it is different when the Joker is the Joker, when his ethnicity is considered the oppressor class. And because they think that therefore only incels could like this film because it portrays him as the victim, although not necessarily a sympathetic victim, more a pitiful victim from what I've heard, that means that it's an incel glorification film, and it's going to make people do copycat killings, because the Joker kills people, obviously, and there's a lot of violence in the film. And apparently people are just going to copy that because, wow, this is our chance to get revenge against the evil system that's oppressed us, when nothing of the sort has happened. And I think actually they've been trying to goad it into happening, because I've heard of stories of police being used to bolster security in certain New York cinemas, I think it was, and the press have been consistently hammering home how dangerous this film is and how there's definitely going to be a shooting because of this, even though they have no evidence of this. And I think they're trying to, as I said before, goad it. They want this to happen. They want there to be a shooting so they can mercilessly attack this film and end the careers of the people who made it. So they can be proved right that media causes violence, media causes sexism, media can cause all these different issues, because that's what they've been pushing for the past decade. It started off with just misogyny, but now literally it is just violence, because at the end of the day, you have to be logically consistent, and even though they don't tend to be, it makes sense that you can't just say, oh, well, you know, they don't cause violence, but they do cause this. You have to end up saying that, yes, it does cause both. But then again, it wouldn't be the film that would cause this violence that they want. It would be them causing the violence, because they're the ones going on about it and wishing it would happen. Because surely somebody out there who has issues, who wants to have their 5 minutes of fame to go out in a blaze of glory, will see what the media want and go for it. We've seen the last couple of shootings. It was all about really getting attention and accelerationism and things like that. And they were using the media. They were betting on the media, giving them all the attention that they wanted and craved. And lo and behold, they've received it. And we do know of studies that have shown that the media do seem to be able to create shooters, because it creates fame and glory, and it gives them a wide platform from which to do the things that they do, because a lot of these people seem to be attention seekers in a weird way. I just find that to be morally reprehensible. How can you be so callous and disregard the safety of others by trying to goad potentially mentally ill people to get guns or knives or whatever, and to kill people or to wound them or whatever? Because I think we've already had a cinema shooting or stabbing years ago, during the Dark Knight era, during Nolan's trilogy. I do think so. There was a guy who claimed that he was influenced by the film and went out and killed people in the cinema, though I doubt he actually was. I think that was an excuse, maybe. I think the guy just had deep-seated issues and decided that that was where he was going to kill people. So what would be the end goal of this then? Well, again, I guess it's really the usual censorship. They don't want films like this to be created because it is a critique of some of their politics. That is the subtext, or at least part of the subtext of the film. It's a film that they don't want to be created again because, again, it's politically incorrect just by the nature of it. The people that it tackles, the subjects that it tackles, they can't be having that. Another thing would be to create draconian laws. I think they're trying to goad people to kill. This is a kind of accelerationism where they hope that somebody out there decides to take their word for it and kill people in the cinema, or at least somewhere else, and claim that, yes, I was influenced by this film to do this because this is what the Joker wanted, this is what the Joker expressed within me, and so that they can attack the Second Amendment as well as the First Amendment. Because remember, there are political reasons behind what they're doing here. Why they attack incels, why they see them as such a threat. And also it creates a public enemy number one, a group for which they can attack endlessly and not have to worry about any consequences, because incels are an easy target. Whether or not they are to blame for some of the things that make them thoroughly unlikable, the fact remains is, I don't think they deserve this level of vitriol, which is constantly thrown at them by the mainstream media, blue check marks, and leftists all over the internet and in real life. I don't think it's fair. I think it's just another case of somebody trying to find a group to attack. Metalheads had this. People who play Dungeons and Dragons had this. Geeks and gamers consistently through the years have had this, and continually have this even today by these very leftist journalists, this media class. The vast majority of incels will never harm a person, nor will they really have such thoughts. If anything, they probably will far more likely harm themselves, due to the fact that a lot of them are very depressed, than another person. So surely we should be trying to help these people than to attack them and to grind them down and make them enemies of society. They're not enemies of society, they're just people who have issues that need to be fixed. Now, most of these issues, unfortunately, have to be fixed by themselves, but there are some things that can be treated, such as those who are very depressed, which is a lot of them. But instead, we have a media class, we have a political class that seems to be far more interested in attacking these people, making them even more extremist, making them more violent than trying to help them. And then they complain about why these people have been shooting up streets and areas in America. And then they also wonder why films like The Joker are being made, criticising their politics. But so far it seems like it's not been working. The film has been smashing the box office. It's already broken at least one American record. I think it made 13 million in its opening weekend, I believe, which is fantastic. And I think we'll see it perform well throughout the rest of the month, I think. And I don't know if there's going to be any violence. I doubt there'll be any violence. It seems to be falling on deaf ears. I think people just want to watch a good movie. And I hope it's good because I'm going to be watching it. And it seems to me that their negative publicity has actually been a bonus for the film, because now the film has even more people who want to watch it because they're seeing all these news outlets, people constantly go on about it in such hysterical ways, so they must be thinking, well, ooh, this is a film that I should watch just to see how bad it might be, or why are they complaining about this? I need to see this, I need to investigate this film. Then they walk out, enjoying the film, saying, you know what, I like that. Because it seems to be that audiences love it. Well done, guys, you've played yourselves. Your attempts to make this film bomb, your attempts to vilify the people who made this film, who might go and see this film, failed. And now you've got to try and figure something else out to get what you want. Good luck, guys, you're going to need it.